All right. Today we're going to talk about a concept, and if you don't know what this is that you can see on your screen, that is a yin and yang symbol, and typically it's meant to show kind of opposites. So if you didn't know, in clothing we have a concept called yin and yang, and that's kind of what we're going to focus on. So make sure you have your notes handy, and you're going to fill this in and then complete an assignment on Canvas after. So the basic concept of yin and yang is that yin is curved lines and rounded shapes and more kind of relaxed, but also more of like a background player, whereas yang is hard lines, hard materials, straight lines, sharper silhouettes, and it's meant to sort of stand out more. So in this example that you can see, you have yin and yang in kind of a range. So on the left of your screen, on the top row, you can see it's kind of like a slouchy cardigan basically, and then it moves into a little bit more structured jacket, and then it continues to move until the very last one would be considered a very formal, straight cut, tailored jacket, right? And that would be pretty much only in place in, like a high-powered business event or something like that. On the bottom row, you can see kind of the same transition. So on your left, you can see kind of a slouchy sweatshirt, baggy jacket, and then it comes into, this gray. It's still got kind of like the fabric sweatshirt cuffs on it, but maybe the material is a little more structured than before. And then again, it just gradually gets more and more structured and kind of hard lines and a tailored look as you get to the right. So yin is that more curved line, relaxed look, fit, and yang is more of the hard lines. You can see another example here, and this is partially in the cut, but it's more in the pattern. So yin doesn't mean that you can't have pattern. It means that the patterns are kind of meant to maybe meld a little bit into the background. So you can see on the left more yin on your screen. There's a blue and white stripe. Okay, so that might be, that's more than just like a plain solid color, but in the cut and the pattern, it's a little more kind of relaxed and casual look. Then you move into the gray stripe. As soon as you move to a black and white stripe, that's automatically quite a bold look. And the whiter your stripe, the more impact it has typically. And you can see in the first two, they're horizontal stripes, with the exception of the collar on the middle one. But still their fit and their cut is a little more relaxed. And then in the very last one, you can see it's got like a really powerful, bold, vertical stripe. And that's something that not everybody is going to pick out and wear, right? So that is more yang. It's harder lines. It's very like forefront, bold, standing out kind of fashion. So that's typical of yang. So in pattern, okay, so this might be a little bit harder for you to conceptualize. But in pattern and cut and style, we have yin and yang. So you can see, again, with yin, the cut, the colors, everything is kind of meant to kind of recede the wearer. So when we say recede, it doesn't mean like make it look smaller, make you look smaller, or make you look thinner, or it's just more neutral. So the patterns and things, They might be pretty, they might be different. It doesn't necessarily mean it's just solid, but they're not meant to just absolutely, stick out. So we've got some kind of softer florals, a little more pastel type colors. On the bottom purple one, you can see it's very like drapey and flowy. So that one would be more, the cut of it is more yin. You've got flowers and ruffles, which is typical of yin. Then you have yang, which they also use the word advancing here, which is like, hello, I'm here with your fashion. So whether that's in the cut, like this dress, this green dress, or the pattern, also in this green dress, it has both. That's like a very yang dress right there, that green plaid dress, because it's cut with very straight, sharp lines. It's very professional looking, and it has a print that is like, bam, you can't help but look at it. Your eye is drawn there. And that's kind of the same thing with all these patterns and colors on the right. Yang, it's an advancing thing. It's like, hello, here I am. And that's kind of a characteristic of yang. So just to kind of wrap it all together, yin is curved lines, broken lines, thin lines, horizontal, okay, going across the horizon, curved shapes, smaller shapes like smaller patterns, low contrast color combinations, so kind of similar color palettes across one, item. Maybe it's a floral, but you don't have like contrasting colors. It's like very kind of neutral floral. You have muted and smoky colors, soft textures, lightweight fabrics that kind of drape on the body, thin fabrics, matte, which means not shiny, sheer fabrics that kind of tend to flow. They're a little lighter, natural flowing patterns, and dense all over patterns. So like small, dense patterns. Yang is straight lines, solid lines, thick lines, vertical lines. Vertical lines, we'll learn later, are very like powerful and they kind of draw the eye. Angled shapes, so geometric. Large shapes, high contrast color combinations, so colors like red and green together or black and white and things like that. They're very high contrast. Bright colors, crisp fabrics, heavyweight fabrics, so with more structure, thick fabrics, shiny fabrics, opaque fabrics, which are solid, you can't see through them, geometric or abstract prints, and repeating large patterns. Okay, so now you know the difference between yin and yang. You're going to take a look at Canvas for your assignment that goes along with that today.